is actionable, or if it is you're going to be called a Teddy K because you're like, oh, this is actually a really deep shit situation, right? So it puts you in a position that you have to do things that are questionable, to say the least, right? So that's why nobody wants to engage with it, essentially. Like, to me, that's people are just basically too nice, is what I'm trying to get at, right? Like, if like, put it this way, you're in teaching or whatever, but let's just say that, like, let's say that you've noticed that
are focusing on the when you call something out of the actual the baggage and the history of the players and whatnot,
don't want to work on it. And I think that's the whole red pill problem. It's like a lot of these people haven't, like, ever suffered enough to argue with a woman.
When you have that first, that takes courage. When you have that first conversation, which a lot of times ends up being a bit of an argument, especially if you had never really had a real conversation, that's a real test of relationships, and some people don't come back from it. I've been with my wife for over 10 years now. I know what you're talking about, because you can have so many years where you don't even, everything's copacetic and great and all, but really when you think about it, it's like, have you really even gone deep on some of these core issues and stuff, not just big picture stuff, but just even personal stuff,
Well, and a lot of times you have to also realize, like, you guys might disagree and you still might match up on your goals. And that's the funniest part to me, is, like, for me, like,
right there, man.
Yeah, like, for me, it's it doesn't make any sense, but it works. So it's like, I'm not going to question it beyond a certain point because it works. And like, I can tell you, as someone who's tried, most people this ain't going to work with, right? So that's just, like, it's kind of an interesting experience in retrospect, because it's like, if you interviewed 100 people for one job and only one person could have possibly done the job, well, you're very happy that you found that one person, because it was kind of like hell to find that one person, right? So, and I think that's the problem right now, is like, a lot of people are saying, oh, just be with one woman, myself included. Like, we don't want to admit that we don't know shit. So it's like, I can tell you, I was given great advice and I ignored it and I paid for it. So